Hi everyone, welcome to this new video. In today's video, we're gonna keep working with the multimodel classifier that we started to work with during the previous video. And during the previous video, we trained the model and we registered the model, and also we set an alias using this function that you can see here. Now let me walk you through this function. So here, what we are doing is just creating an instance of the MLflow client, retrieving all the model versions for a particular registered model. Then for the latest version, what I'm doing is setting this alias champion, and for the previous version, I am setting challenger. Ideally, you want to set this kind of aliases based on a kind of metric or something like that. But since here the focus is how to use Python and the MLflow SDK, we are not, let's say, considering those kind of scenarios. So in this case, it's just the order. Let me show you this in the interface. So this is the model. And as you can see here, we have always the latest as champion and the previous one as challenger. Now let's say that we are interested on getting predictions using the champion. Let me show you that using the code. So in this entry points module, we have this entry point inference model, which will get the testing data set in this case, and then it's going to load back the register model. But first, we build the model URI, and as you can see here, we are interested only in the champion model. That's why we are basically hard coding that here. Then we load the model, right, and get some predictions. Now, how can we decide which algorithm to use? Well, the logic that we implemented was the following. If we don't provide configurations, right, the default configuration will be random forest, right? So let me run the inference multimodel entry point that you can find in the pipeproject.toml file. Inference multimodel, it's pointing to that function. And here, when I run this command without providing additional parameters, the model will automatically use the random forest algorithm. But we can override that configuration, right? We can say, we can pass a configuration and say that I am interested in the decision tree classifier, using the decision tree to get some predictions. And as you can see here, this piece of code allows me to get the algo parameter from the command line. So here you can see that now the model or the class is getting predictions using the decision tree classifier. But we also define some parameters in the signature of this model, right? Which means that we can use parameters in the predict method, something like parents, right? And now, according to the logic that we implemented in the class, let me show you that class here. Parameters will be used only when algot is not found in the context. But since right now we have a default configuration for the algot parameter, which is random forest, we need to override that particular configuration. So what we're going to do is that let's provide a configuration, but instead of passing a value, we're going to pass none, right? By doing this, we're going to use the parameter to decide which algorithm to use to get the predictions. So first, I'm going to run this using the decision tree classifier. Now, as you can see here, algo not found in the context, but it's in the decision tree, right? So now we can, let's say, also use, let's say, a random forest. Random, I think that is random forest, something like this. And in this case, the model will use the random forest classifier to get the predictions, as you can see here. Or we can just let's say no pass parameters. Um, the default one is random forest always. So that's all for this video. We saw how we can train um, a custom model defined as a Python class, which contains two models, a random forest classifier and a decision tree classifier. And I showcase how we can use the model configurations or the parameters to, let's say, dynamically choose certain model within the class definition, right? So just to take into account that we can use these kind of options to make the behavior of these kind of, let's say, models more dynamic, basically, right? So here, depending on the parameters or the context, we can pick, let's say, certain model, or maybe in another case, maybe perform certain pre-processing steps. Let's say that your input data needs some pre-processing. Well, you can use parameters or contexts to decide how this pre-processing will be done. Well, that's all for this video. Thanks for watching it and see you next time.